Here I am. Hey guys, how's it going? Today's gonna be a really fun live stream. I'm super duper excited because, well, we're gonna jump inside of Unity and take a look at one trick, this one thing that I've been doing lately, especially this year, that makes things so much easier in making your game big, or at least seem big, even though it's actually kind of small. Okay, it's a trick regarding enemies, and it's gonna make your life a lot easier. Something that might make a lot of your lives easier is my course, Full-Time Game Dev. Today's video is sponsored by Full-Time Game Dev, my course. It is 50% off currently, and it's a special week because we're throwing in basically all of my other courses. There's a few not in here, but 2D Art Pro, Stream My Game, which is all about how to get YouTubers to stream your game, and also Easy 3D, which is free, but that's just going to be thrown into the package here as well. And also, during this week, you're going to get a free shirt, okay? And I'm actually really excited because I love this shirt. It's a drop cut shirt, which is what I always wear. Looks trendy, looks cool. Exclusive shirt just for those of you who joined the program. A lot of you might ask, Thomas, why do you always do these promotions on your live stream? And why is the course a premium priced course? Guys, it's because this course, well, it's like a 2-month program. It's going to take you 2 months or more to get through all of this content. You're going to learn everything that I've learned in the last decade of making indie games and doing it full time. How to do 2D art, how to do 3D game development, how to code, but also how to secure funding from publishers, how to secure funding from investors, how to secure partnership deals, and how to hit the Steam front page. There's just a ton of stuff in this program. And by the way, if you're in the program, feel free to say hello in the chat. Let us know what you think about the program. We have a ton of great reviews for the program. It really is an awesome course, guys. It supports the development of Father. One of you asked, is the course bringing in good income for you, Thomas? Yes, it is. It's bringing in great income, and I'm so grateful to you guys. And that income gets directed to Father, okay? So that is a huge help for this channel, but more importantly, guys, it is a huge help for you guys who want to join the program. I really believe that it's a great program for you. 50% off. There's just 5 coupon codes below. Check it out. These always sell out, especially the full-time game dev program. Whenever I do an event like this, they do sell out. And I do want to say thank you to the new students, Paneet, Serban, VS Gudu, Kevin, Daniel. And if you join the program today, guys, you will get a shout out in my next stream. Thanks for listening to this ad read. Click below if you're interested, and I will see you guys on the other side. Let's go. By the way, guys, feel free to download my free 2D game kit below. It's totally free. It's my treat to you. I used this exact 2D game kit to make a game for PewDiePie in 14 days, and then I got to play it in front of his subscribers, which was really awesome. So download that. Use it however you want. It's my treat to you. Yeah. Okay. All right, let's jump inside of Unity. And by the way, those of you who joined the program 2 weeks ago and you took advantage of those codes, send me an email and I'll send you those courses, okay? I understand these events were close, so I want you to get those courses for free, okay? So send me an email. We'll cross-check, make sure you purchased 2 weeks ago. If that's the case, we'll send you those for free. All right, let me show you this trick, guys. I'm super duper excited about this trick, and it's not that brilliant, right? But it's just something I've been learning, okay? Originally, what I used to do with enemies, okay? Let's say we've got this creepy guy here. What I used to do is I would have a walker. This is called a walker.cs script. And then I would also have a spider.cs script. And then I would also have a ghost.cs script, right? That's C#, right? The problem with that is, well, you can extend them to a root class like enemy, right? But I find that it's very helpful to just have all of the functionality in one script, and then I could just tick certain boxes. So for example, our spider here is utilizing the enemy default class, the same class that our walker is using, okay? And all I'm using is just simple headers here to categorize the various features that any enemy can have. For example, if I wanted to have a spider kind of behave like a walker, let's say a really fast running walker, kind of like the spiders are super fast, right? I can just copy that script, all of the script or the components over here, copy it to a new enemy, and it's basically the same thing as a spider. It just looks different and maybe has more health, right? I can also do the same thing with a flying enemy. I can say, well, you know what? I want the spiders to behave the way they do, but maybe I want to put wings on the spiders. I can do that, just give it a different mesh and use the same script, but increase its offset, and it's a flying spider. They're all utilizing this script over here, okay? I like to keep, for some reason I like this, I like having everything packed into one script. I don't like having multiple scripts flying around, because if I change one, then I gotta go make sure and I fix the other. Now, obviously these can be mitigated in a lot of different ways, but for me, I'm a dummy. And so I like to have everything in one script, okay? So we can even, right here, navigation style is flyer. You just tick that and it can fly, right? There's other settings you have to tweak, but we also have attacking, we have shooting, we have various effects that each enemy will have. So this massive script over here has all of our features. Now, this is a nightmare if you have a team, okay? But if it's just you working on the code and you know your code intimately, then it's not really a problem because you know exactly how everything's supposed to work. So at the very least, I would advise you guys, when you're working on your enemies, try and keep everything sort of linked to a fundamental core class so that you can scale it and make a ton of different enemies. I know right off the bat with these three enemies, we've got flying, we've got crawling, and we've got walking. These three enemy types I can extend and probably double. I could double them in 3 days. Double the amount of enemies we have just by tweaking those variables, right? The speed at which an enemy moves, the mesh, can they fly, aka can they crawl over higher ledges, right? These are all done with one enemy type. So let me hit play and just sort of show you guys what we're working on today. Come on in, guys, come on in. Nightmare Studios, hello. Night Raptor, hello. Mini Tom, Antonio, hello. How are you guys doing? Come on in, come on in. Sid Hunt, Diego. So let's see here. Hey, Jose, it's your first time here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come on in, come on in. And those of you just joining us, just remember that full-time game dev is 50% off today, and you're going to get a bunch of other courses. On top of that, it's a massive premium program. It's almost going to be like kind of like half a semester of work. It's a big program. You're going to learn a lot. Let's hit play here and take a look. So we've also tweaked the lighting of the game. Obviously, guys, this is a sandbox scene, so there's just a ton of... it's not even... It just looks like crap. But this kind of lighting here, much darker lighting, is probably what we're going to go for. And this is, I've been super inspired. Who knows? Give me a hand in the chat. Does anybody know about Backrooms? Okay. Backrooms, the 4chan creepypasta concept, really. Does anybody know about it? And by the way, we have these new models here. We'll run over to the enemies in just a second, but we have these new models. Thank you, Felipe, who's the 3D modeler. These are all custom. They're simplistic, which is the whole goal. We want hyper simplistic models. I don't want anything too complicated in this game. We have these tables. I love these tables. But I want it to look kind of like Wind Waker mixed with Resident Evil. Yeah, so a lot of us know, a lot of you know what Backrooms is. Backrooms is basically just a concept of like an alternate reality where you get sent into this basically sprawling hotel with yellow walls and yellow carpet, and you're stuck there. And it's quiet, and all you hear is the buzz of the fluorescent lights, and it's quiet. And you never know what's around the corner. That's what we want this to feel like. I'm a big fan of that feeling. It reminds me of The Shining, right? So we're definitely going to go with that approach here. So this kind of feeling right here is really what we want. Okay. So the enemies, as you can see, if we run in here, we have all these different functionalities of enemies. Look, we've got enemies that can shoot. We've got fast crawlers, right? These are probably enemies you want to take out first, right? We've got all while being shot at, right? Which is a big deal in these kind of games. You definitely want these enemies that can shoot at you. But for some reason, they can't hit me. We need to figure that out. Let me add that to my list for today. Okay, flying enemies don't always hurt the player. I don't know why, but that's the way it is. You know, you wake up one morning, your game is broken, and you don't know why. That's the way it goes, guys. But yeah, we've got all these different kinds of enemies. And it's all in one script. That's the beauty. It's all in one script. Okay? All right. Boom. And some enemies, you know, you can incorporate a headshot mechanic. Some enemies don't have headshot. Like these enemies, I didn't really see the point of having a headshot because you can really only shoot them in the head anyway. But yeah. Oh, and last week we did get... let's see if we can find it. I can't find it. Hey, give me a sec, guys. Got to get my phone. So yeah, we've got all these cool enemy types. We've got moody lighting. We've got moody, but simplistic, toony models. And I was talking to Felipe about this today. The way that this is going to look good, because right now it doesn't look good. The way we're going to make these toony, simplistic models look good is lighting, 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 and color, color, color. Those are the two things, okay? All right, give me a sec here. I'm just letting my wife know I'm live streaming. Okay, so let's do a couple fixes. The first fix I want to make is, actually I'm going to show you guys. If we go into our flyer here, there's actually this really cool ghost prefab, and it basically spins. You can kind of see it here. It spins upward when you kill a ghost, okay? I want these to be kind of a gold color, actually. So we're going to do that. Let's go to our trail, and we have this ghost trail here. I'm just going to make it white, a little bit of yellow. Oh yeah, that's great. All right. That's done. That was fast. What else do we got today? Let's see here. Remove the pause when hitting enemies. So currently when I hit an enemy, I thought this was cool, but I was playing Left 4 Dead 2 yesterday or 2 days ago, and there's no pause when you shoot something. There's a subtle pause here to make it feel more impactful. It just pauses for like 0.01 seconds. You know what it feels like? It feels like the game is freezing on you. And that sucks, right? We don't want that. I don't know why I thought that was a good idea, but it's not. So let's go to our enemy default, and we're going to remove that pause effect, okay? We're going to open up Visual Studio here. All right. Miranda Art says, Thomas, I like how your ghosts are turning out design-wise. Going to be spooky seeing them in dark hallways. Well, you can thank Felipe for that. We can thank Felipe for a lot of things. Felipe is he's such a good wingman. So originally they were white. They looked like sort of sheets. For some reason that freaks me out. I don't know why. But Felipe made a good point, and he just said it's not scary. So we decided to, he said invert the color. So now they're black. Let's see if we can find that freeze effect. Where is it? So let's just type in freeze. Let's see what we got. Ah, yes, we have a temp freeze time right there. So we can just set that to 0. I believe, let's see here, you go to entire document, entire solution here, and see what we got. Ah, damageable entity. It's going to freeze. Yep, we don't want that. So let's set that to 0, and hopefully that fixes our problem. Let's go to flyer here and set it to 0. Let's see here. Where is it? Temp freeze time, 0.01. Man, you know, I just know for a fact that I don't want it at all. So let's just remove it. I know that I don't want this. So we're going to remove this. We also don't want the variable. There's no reason to have a variable that we're not using, right? And I believe we're going to get an error here in just a second. Let's open up Unity and take a look. We're going to get a weird error. And by the way, Unity for some reason has been taking forever to compile scripts. I don't know what's going on. But it'll let us know in maybe 12 seconds if we have any errors associated with that. Okay, come on, Unity. There we go. Okay, we have a corrupted prefab. That's fine. Okay, so let's take a look and see if this fixed our problem. Nope. Okay, so we're still getting a temporary freeze effect. So let's go to our enemy default here. Temp freeze is a Boolean. No, I don't want you. And let's see if we can find it. Yep. Oh, no. Temp freeze is good. Let's see here. Freeze. There's our temp freeze. No. That's not it. There's a freeze effect happening. Let's take a look here, guys. So this one is actually taking longer. Okay, there it is. We have this one. Remove that. Freeze frame effect is what it's called. Let's remove that. Freeze frame effect. Okay. Okay, I think we got rid of it. So we'll enter Unity. We're going to let that load. Did I save it? Should have saved, man. I don't know, man. Something happened. Feels so much better. Okay, that was a big mistake. I don't know why I added that, but it feels way better now. Hey, buddy. Oh, yes. So much better. That was a big mistake. Oh, it's so much faster. I like it. Okay, apparently it's it's the small things, guys. It's the little things that make something feel so good. Just removing that subtle freeze frame effect that I thought was cool makes all the difference. Okay. All right, sweet. Okay, let's move on from our list. And some of you who are just joining us asked, Thomas, what's the secret? The secret is I like to keep all of my enemy scripts in one script. So all of my enemy types are just one enemy class. This is sort of it's like a principle of code that I like to use, and that is my classes are very generic. Instead of having a spider enemy, I just have enemy. And then I tweak the enemy variables to make it into a spider, right? That just makes it more scalable, I think. Okay, so we removed the pause when hitting enemies. Good. There's a scare sound that keeps happening. Okay, let me show it to you guys. It's really cool, actually. I like it a lot. Let me show you. Let's hit play, and hopefully you'll hear the sound. Can you guys hear that okay? Let me pause it. I'll turn it up for you a little bit. So, sound is everything. Sound is everything. It's going to make or break your game. And right now, I gotta say, I really like the sound effects in this game. It's just feeling great. So there's a jump scare sound that happens if you've waited 10 seconds before an enemy encounter. So for example, this. Right? The problem is, it happens all the time. So let's take a look here. If I go over here, you'll hear it happening a lot. It should. Nope, it's not. That's good, I guess. Let's go over here. Let's wait. And it should, after not like 8 more seconds, the scare sound should happen again. Here we go. Nope. Ooh, that looks great. Okay, So there's a lot of weird errors happening here. I'm not going to worry about these. So, you know, this is such a funny thing happens. It's a terrible thing when you know there's a bug, but it doesn't happen. You'd think that was a good thing. It doesn't just fix itself. It's usually you just can't find what the bug is, or how to replicate it. So let's see here. We have this variable down here, and it's called last encounter. And it's a counter. I should really call it last encounter timer or something. But it's an encounter. It's a timer that will check and see when your last encounter was. So let's watch this variable over here. We're going to look and see if it gets greater than 10 seconds, it means that the sound should play with our next encounter. Okay? So let's hit play. All right, you can see it's at 4. Okay. Okay, it's currently at 13, so it should play. Good. Okay, it played. All right, it's at 10 again, so it should play again. Let's wait for it. Okay, it's counting up. 3. Oh, it got set to 0 again. I don't know why. Okay, let's take a look at the script. Okay, so if we go to our enemy default class, actually it's in its Raycast sense. Well, let's actually let's go to our player controller here, and we can first see the counter. Okay, so let's open up the counter script, and what the counter script is doing is basically it's just counting up by time.delta time in the update function. Okay, it's in the player, so it's not being updated anywhere else other than the player, which is good. So let's go to that counter and just take a look. Last encounter plus equals time.delta time. Okay, that's the only place it's being counted up. We also have an enemy sense Raycaster, which basically acts as ears and eyes of the player. I won't get into the details here, but it just senses the player, and it's on every single enemy. So you can see here, when we're sensing the player, basically we're going to turn that timer down to 0. If it senses the player, it goes down to 0. All right, let's take a look. If our Raycast hits the player, our last encounter should equal 0. That's a weird thing. I believe the Raycasts are being passed through walls. That's not good. Because you can see here, there's a Raycast that's being sent out of the enemy, but it's hitting it's going through walls. Oh, I think I understand. What we need to do, I think it's specifically, the problem is specifically with our flyers. So this is like classic science, right? You have a hypothesis, let's test it. I believe the flyers are the problem. Okay, that's my belief. Let's disable it and first test that hypothesis. If we're not getting any issues with this sound happening, then we know it's with the flyers. All right, so let's turn this. We're going to disable the flyers, and now let's test it out. Okay, let's go to our controller and watch that counter. Okay, it's at 16, so we should get a sound. There he is. That's a great sound. All right. 8, 9, 10. Okay, let's go over here. Get out of here. Okay, let's wait for our enemies. So they're walking. You can see our last encounter is set to 3, 4. It got reset. Why? It keeps getting reset. Let's go over here and see what happens. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's wait for it. Okay, good. So that's working. It's just for some reason it got reset. It got reset right there too. Look at that. It's because of you. Ah, okay. I think it's because the dead enemies are still sensing. That's not good. So let's take a look here. Ah, it's because the enemies are still sensing. We don't want that. So we need to disable the enemy Raycast after they die. I mean, let's take a look here. Let's do this. Let's test this. Let's be sure. We'll do debug.log. I'm still sensing the player. If that comes up in the console with only one enemy in the scene and he's dead, we know we have a problem. We don't want this script running when they're dead. That's ridiculous, right? So let's delete everything, the spider, or at least disable them, and everything except for one walker. Delete. Yes, okay, we've got one walker. Where are you, buddy? He's in here. Let's just move our character controller into here. So the way we do that is we select our character controller, press Control-Shift-F, and then make sure the rotation's zeroed out. That way we fall right into place. There's our buddy. Okay. So let's go to our character controller and look at the timer. Okay, it's set to 10. So let's go over here. First, we want to make sure he can hear us or see us. Okay, it's not playing for some reason. Why is that? I don't know. That's a weird thing. There's a lot of questions that I'm having right now. Why is the sound not playing if I encounter a... I'm going to make it 11. I'm going to make it 11. So if I make the default of the counter 11, the sound should play right off the bat. There it is. All right. So he sees me. I'm scared. Oh, no. Let's wait. 7, 8, 9, 10. If he sees me again, it should play. Good. Okay, it works. Now let's kill him and take a look. Okay, it's still playing. Or it's still counting up, but he's not looking for me. So something happened. I don't know. So it's working properly. I just don't understand. All right, let's introduce another walker. Okay? Let's put a walker over here. What we're trying to achieve, we're trying to make that jump scare happen every time you encounter a new enemy, but you've been waiting 10 seconds. That's what we're trying to achieve. But for some reason our timer is getting reset to 0, and I don't know why. Okay, good. Let's go to our controller here and take a look. Okay, we're at 11 seconds. That's good news. Is it getting reset anywhere? Let's take a look. So let's go over here, get scared. There he is. Okay, don't get reset, buddy. It got reset. Resetting my trigger. Who? What is that? Somebody did it. Oh, man, this is tough. Somebody did it, and I don't know who. Somebody did it. What's going on here? If physics raycast transformed up, okay, position rate prediction, sense light, sense sight later to mask. I'm still sensing the player. And let's give ourselves a game object name. And it should really be happening here. Oh, Thomas, what are you doing? This needs to be wrapped. Duh. What in the world? Well, that's a big problem. I reset the player counter. And then let's give us our game object.name. Now let's just name these walkers. Okay? That way we'll be able to know who's doing it. Who's setting that timer to 0? That's the question, right? All right. So let's take a look here. All right. So this walker here, his name is going to be Tim. Okay. So we've got regular walker and then we've got walker Tim. Who's going to reset our counter? Okay. So if we go to controller, we scroll down. Look, our timer is set to 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bang. All right. Good. Okay. Now, are you going to reset my timer? Not yet. That's good news. Good. I love that scare. I should make like 4 or 5 different ones, right? Wouldn't that be cool? Okay, let's go. Good news. Yeah, the dead bodies aren't doing it. They're not doing it. So that was a wrong assumption. Okay, good news. I think it's fixed. The other question I have is related to the flyers, okay? Or the ghosts. I'm going to turn on one flyer. One problem I have is the flyer sort of moves around and he can pass through walls. If he's shooting raycasts to detect the player, if he's actually through a wall, he can actually shoot the ray and it won't hit the back of a wall because our walls are quads and you could shoot through a quad. So the question is, how do we ensure that doesn't happen? Well, I know that we have, okay, good. All right, so this is great news. The Raycasters are not on the moving flying object. They are actually on the nav agent, which actually stays within the confines of walls. This guy can move and go inside of walls, but this won't, okay? This won't. So we should be good, actually. Well, I'm kind of nervous, but let's take a look. Hit play. There's our flyer. Okay. Let's go to our controller. Look at our timer. It's set to 13. Let's go see you. There he is. Am I getting hit by these? Okay, it works. All right. I should probably make them bigger, though. Okay, good. So let's see here. Let's go hide over here. 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, that's so scary. I got chills. All right, so it works. Can I get a round of applause, guys? We fixed the problem. So let's find like 3 other jump scare sounds, okay? Because that's getting kind of annoying. So let's go to artlist.io and take a look. By the way, those of you just joining us, just remember today's video is sponsored by Full-Time Game Dev. If you want to join the program, join over 3,000 students worldwide. Click below. These coupon codes always sell out during the live streams. There are 5 below. There's probably just a couple left. Be sure to check those out. They do support the development of Father. They really do. But more importantly, they support your future. I really believe that because I think it's a great program. It's massive. It's a massive program. Okay, let's head on over to artlist.io, and we're going to find some kind of horror transition. Let's take a look. No. I'm going to drop the volume for you guys so you're not freaking out. I like that one. Let's snag that one. Very nice. Stick it in our downloads folder. Hey, why not? I kind of like that one too. I feel like the maximum time it takes to trigger this, it should be like 20 seconds. Because if I'm like always every 10 seconds, bang, bong, boom, bong, it's going to be annoying. But like 20 seconds or 30 seconds after an encounter and you're just walking around in these empty halls and then you see something, I think that warrants a jump scare. The thing that's funny about these jump scares is they're not scary. They're not supposed to make you like, ugh. They're supposed to make you just like, ooh. So I think we want to make sure we make them a little bit more faint and not as aggressive. Ooh. Oh. I like that one. Maybe we just won't make it very loud, but I like that one. So let's give it a shot. Bum bum ba bum bum bum. That's good. That's really good. I love these sounds. All right. Thank you very much, Artlist.io. I think that's all we need. We're going to start with the first one, and we're going to open it up in Audacity, which is a free audio tool. Okay? I don't want this to be super loud and super scary. I just want it to make your heart beat a little bit faster. That's all we're going for. That's great. I think it'd be better if we make it a little bit lower in pitch. And then add some reverb. Okay? Great. I'm going to mix the two. Maybe a little bit lower for you. Track, mix and render, and then we're going to fade it out because we don't need it to be that long. That's ridiculous. 10 seconds long? Come on, man. So we're going to delete this, fade it out. I think we should probably fade it in. Let's try it. No. That's great. All right. That's good. All of my sounds are going to be between -12 and -6 dB, and then we'll control the volume in Unity. You kind of want to set a standard for yourself. So I'm going to set it to -12, -6. We're good. I believe, do we have a jump scare? Yeah, jump scare 1. Let's save this as jump scare 2. And then we'll throw in those other two. All right. This is good. I think it should be lower. I like that. I like really low sounds that sound distorted. Ooh. I feel like we should prepare the player a little bit. So I'm going to do a reverse, and then we'll bring it in and then hit it. I don't like this one, so we're not going to use it. Okay, this one. A little loud. Hold on. That's a good one. Oh, man. Fade that out. That's great. I think we could probably give it. That one seems to need a little bit more length. Export as a WAV file, and this is going to be jump scare 3. Now we have 3 jump scares. Hey, do we want a 4th? Maybe. Let's take a look. Okay, dokie. This one right here. Let's take a look. That's a good one. That's a real good one. Fade it out. I love it, guys. Very, very good. Bring it down and then shift it to the left a little bit. It was a little imbalanced. And now we have 4 jump scares, which is great, you know. The thing about jump scares is they're not going to scare you if you hear the same one over and over again. But again, we're not trying to jump scare necessarily. We're just trying to get a subtle increase of the heartbeat. That's all we want. Okay? We're not trying to scare people. I just want them to feel tense, and I want them to slow down. I want the player to be able to move fast in this game, kind of like in Half-Life, right? But I do want them to move a little bit slower. A great example or way to do this is, this was an idea from Felipe, is have spiders that are buried so that you never know when they're going to pop up and bite you. Obviously, things hiding in the shadows, but they need to actually have severe damage to the player so that the player actually gets punished for running around really fast, okay? All right, so let's go ahead and throw in these jump scare sounds. I believe it's in the player sound effects script where all of these are being handled. So what I'm going to do, yes, there it is. So we're going to create an array called encounter enemy sounds, right, with an S. And we're just going to throw in these brackets there, and that's going to give us a multi, I don't know, an array of enemy sounds. So that should occur. Now, all we got to do is find out where the error is. Yep, there's the error. Now we just got to do a random.range. Look at this, watch. Random.range 0 between that and then also the length of our array. That's it. That's all you got to do, guys. Bing! There it is. And now we just got to drag in those sounds, okay? And that's it. That's all you have to do. I used to avoid doing multiple random sounds because it kind of confused me how to do it because I'm dumb. But this is actually really easy, okay? Once you figure it out, it's like, and you do it all over the place. Look at this. That's what she said. If we have 4 sounds here, all I got to do is just drag in those jump scare sounds. There they are. 1, 2, 3, 4, right? And that should do it, donkey. Let's hit play. So we're waiting. What's over here? Oh, that's great. Should there be a delay? Should it be like, boom? There might need to be one. Dang it. The sound played. It should have. Right? I got it. I figured it out. Thomas, you're stupid. So we need to be setting this to 0. Okay? This last encounter should always be set to 0. Yes. Okay? Set it to 0, but if it's greater than 10, then it plays the sound. Okay? Let's let that load. Let me answer some questions here. Thomas, there's a way easier way of utilizing audio clips, like way easier. Just use a pool. I agree, Jake. I agree with you. We shall do it. I'm very sure we will be doing audio pools. The only reason I'm not doing it right now is because I don't know how. All right, let's let's hit play. Wait, where's the sound? Son of a bee. Ah, yes. You're right. You guys are right. Chill. Congratulations, you were right. Okay. Let's let that load, and then let's hit play. I'm just kidding, by the way. Thank you for letting me know. That you just saved me a headache. Whoa. Good, okay. All right, let's take a look here. Okay. Let's take a look at our controller. Let's watch that timer. This is a big deal because I had major issues with this for the GDC demo, and I didn't fix it, and so you constantly had jump scare sounds. So we want to make sure that this is perfect. It's really effective if it's done right. There he is. Ooh, that's scary. I like it. Woo! Oh, that hurts. There's our little popsicle. I told you guys last week, I think a lot of you were like, why are we making popsicles health? Look how spooky that looks in the context of dark, moody lighting. When you throw childish stuff into a horror game, right? Classic trope, but it's just scary. Something about innocence shrouded in guilt is pretty dark and pretty scary. Okay, let's see. Jump scare. Ready? Ooh. I love it. Hey, it feels great. I'm having a blast with this game. Let's try it one more time. Make sure everything's good. And you can't hide from these guys. They'll find you. Okay, what about you? Oh, it feels great, guys. Can I get a round of applause? I think it's awesome. I appreciate you guys always giving me applause when I ask for them. This is great. So the jump scare occurs when they see you. All right? I think that's fine. I understand that it might be better if it's when you see them. But so far it feels scary when you hear a jump scare and you're like, what was that? And you turn around and there's a person. So, oh my goodness, guys. We have 283 viewers right now. That's crazy. Welcome, welcome. Come on in, guys. Usually we're at like 250, so I'm super humbled, super honored to have you join us. How many of you are new to the stream, by the way? How many of you are new to this live stream? Let me know. Are you going to feature any blood-curdling, terrifying moments in the game? Sure, sure. Hector, guys, can we give a round of applause to Hector? Hector is my personal assistant. He's also a producer of the podcast, which I might be starting again, by the way, Hector. And also has done a lot of sounds for this game. So guys, give Hector a round of applause. Looks like we have a lot of new people here. Hey, RM Fire, Sebica, welcome, welcome. Come on in, guys. Metgan, guys, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. And check out those coupon codes below to support the channel if you want to join a massive program. And by the way, I know a lot of you are students in the chat. Thanks, guys. All my students who show up in the chat, it always means the world to me. It really, really does. So thank you for always showing up. Look how pretty that looks. I love good lighting. It's just really helping out with this game. Okay, we have a big list of things to do, guys. So let's just keep going. So we've ensured that the scare sound only plays when we encounter an enemy. Hey, guys, I've been wanting to do this. Let's do some blood splatter on our screen. Right? This will be really, really fun. I don't know how we're going to do this, but we're going to do it. So we're going to open up Photoshop. And this is funny. It's like, why would I ever open up Microsoft Edge? Stop it. This is a huge topic of concern, really, where it's like, at what point do you start calling it feature creep, right? Is blood splattering on your screen, is that feature creep? I don't think it's feature creep. I think it's a very necessary element of game feel that's going to help the game feel more alive, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and open up my UI. If you can add this is my sort of rule. If you're adding something to your game and you know it's going to be used over and over and over again throughout like a 5-6 hour like experience, do it. Right? But if it's something just a one-off, it might not be worth it, okay? So let's see here. I'm going to delete all this crap here, and I'm actually going to just change my canvas size to 3840 by 2160. What do you call 3840 by 2160? Who knows what that is? 3840 by 2160 is also called what? Proceed. Hey, Mabakma wins the award. It's called 4K. Good grief, people. You didn't know that? I'm just kidding. You know, I get that all the time. Thomas, you didn't know that? You didn't know that? And you know what I say? Get ready. I say, how many games have you released? And the answer is usually 0. Sorry. Hey, look, we got some blood splatter here. This is by the way, this is Noun Project. And guys, we're not going for a hyper-realistic blood splatter. We're kind of more going for like a toony looking blood splatter. So let's change its color to red. Why? Hey, Andrej, welcome. I hope you're doing well. I hope your game is coming along great. What's it called? Obscura? Something Obscura. I hope it's going well, man. Thanks for always supporting. Hey, look, we're going to add a little bit of an inner shadow, okay? We're also going to add an inner shadow in the other direction, which is going to be dark, okay? Look at that. It's already looking 3D. Hey, why not add a drop shadow, right? And a blur. So the blur is underneath it, like that. And I even would go so far as to say a blur here, like this. But wait, only in certain areas. Okay. And then obviously drop down the opacity like that. And we're just going to scale this effer like this. And then we'll do one over here. And I got this from, thank you, Felipe. I'm always giving a call out and a shout out to Felipe for his help. Felipe messaged me last week and he was like, hey, I think you should play Left 4 Dead 2, which it's not like I didn't know about that game. I just haven't played it. He was like, you might really like the game feel. So it's not going to be super intrusive. So that's Blood Splatter 1. All right. We're just going to do 1 for now. Okay. And it's going to be animated. Are the blood splatters an asset? Yes, they are. They are an asset. Okay, guys, what we're going to do is we're going to go to our canvas. All right? And I'm just going to put the blood splatter on screen. I just want to make sure it looks good. That's the first thing we want to do. Does it even look good? There it is. So I'm actually going to jump into my first-person character controller. And we're going to duplicate this white flash. And we're going to call this blood splatter. 1. All right. And we're going to delete the animator. We don't need that for now. Okay. Now let's just add in that blood splatter. Okay. Let's make sure it's an actual UI element. We're going to make sure the alpha is transparent, but we're going to remove the matte, which is for PSDs. And that means that the color blends properly into transparency. It's too complicated to talk about. I'm just too smart to tell you about it, basically, is what I'm saying. Obviously, I'm joking. Okay, let's take a look. And guys, remember, we want this to stretch and fill the screen, right? So make sure we set this to stretch. Look how cool that looks. So you shoot him like that and blood sprays on your screen, right? Pretty cool. Hey, that looks great. I don't even think I need to change anything about it. And it'll just fade away. The only problem is it's in front of my hand. Or it's behind my hand. Does anybody know, let's figure this out together. Does anybody know how I can have this render in front of the player's hand? Okay. Now, you should know we're using screen space camera. All right. So I feel like we need to do some sort of sorting. I'm going to add a sorting layer maybe. Call this UI. Camera stack. I don't want to use camera stack. because we've already got two cameras. But you're right, that would work. I just don't want to do it. So let's put it, wait, let's see here. Wait. Canvas, sorting layer, UI. Maybe? Nope. Let's hit pause and then try and adjust this. No. Default. No. Use order in layer. Just make it a separate one that's... No, I don't want to do that. I want to figure out the solution. How do I have all these UI elements in front of that? Hey, Cloudy Gaming. How are you? The hand order in the layer should be lower. Maybe I need to move this up. Hey, maybe that's the solution. Right? Maybe? I don't know. It's 300. What's 300? Have to add the hand and blood to the sort layer. Okay. So there's our... Is it the hand or the camera? I think it's the camera. Right? No, you might be right. Let's take a look at the pistol and see. The actual graphic itself. Rendering layer mask. Nope. I gotta figure this out. I've been trying to do this. No, for order and layers, set the hand to like -1 and the blood to 1. Yeah, but where? Is it the material? You should add the UI to the... It is. Look, if I disable the main camera... Shoot. We also have the gun camera, the weapon camera. If I disable this one... Look. That's the only place it's on, right? So the weapon camera is also rendering the UI. So I guess I just need a UI camera, a UI layer. No. Yeah. Okay, so I think we just need a third freaking camera, which sucks, but let's do it. So we have a weapon camera here. And then we also have a UI camera. The UI, yeah. Don't reference, yeah. And then this one is just the FPS weapons. Okay. And then we got to go to the main camera and look at the stack. We're going to throw in the UI camera. Look, it's rendering those the post-processing pretty aggressively. Let's take a look here, guys. Okay, so the UI is rendering 2 stacks of post-processing. It looks cool, but we don't want to do that. So let's turn off post-processing for this. Okay, good. So far, so good. Clear depth? No. Calling mask UI. Now the question is the UI set up? Yes, it is. So for some reason, the UI is not showing up. Render blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Okay, we need to choose the camera that it's rendering from, which is the UI camera. There it is. Okay, now for some reason it's still behind. Okay, so let's set that up really quick. So drag in the UI camera, which is, yes, right there. Okay. But I'm curious if the stack is wrong. And also, remember, Thomas, don't be stupid. Also, the UI camera needs to not have all that, the post-processing. But I do want it to have post-processing. Maybe if I put it below, it will. I don't know. Crap. So it looks like our regular our regular camera does not have post-processing on it. Because post-processing, it ignores the stacks. It just bathes the whole thing in post-processing, from what I can gather. Also, occlusion culling. That's something to think about. UI camera, we're going to turn off the post-processing and that, and then we're going to go to our main camera and maybe try and fix the stack. Okay, let's pause it and then try and fix this stack here. Pull it up. There we go. Yay! Okay, so if we turn on post-processing for the UI and then turn it off for the camera, for the weapon camera and also this camera. Hang on, I'm almost there. Turn that on and then turn this off. Good. Hey, we got it. Looks great. All right, so the theory is, guys, the main camera will not have post-processing. The weapon camera will not have post-processing. The UI camera will have post-processing. And we just make sure we flip the stack. Yeah, okay, so flip the stack. And that should do it. Good, okay. Hey, it works. I am curious about this occlusion culling. If I turn that off of that and also off the weapon, we're still going to get it because it's in the UI. Oh, no. No, Thomas, what are you doing? We want occlusion culling. We don't want it for anything except for the camera. Good, okay. Now what about the ambient occlusion? We're good. We're good. Okay, that works. Now, the next thing I want to do is just create a second one. It's not going to be hard. We should, I'm getting tired. By the way, those of you just joining us, just remember there are a couple coupon codes left to get full-time game dev at a massive 50% off discount. You're going to get 3 bonus courses and a free t-shirt. And the reason, guys, these videos are sponsored by my own course is because, yes, game sales do pay my salary, but this game's a bit bigger, right? So when you guys join a course, it obviously helps you in your future. It's a massive course, but it also helps the production of this game. It keeps us streaming. It keeps us making this game because I have a team to pay. So that's why I do these sponsored videos. I hope that makes sense and hope you understand. All right, Blood Splatter 2. We're going to just put up here. And try and not make it look like, yeah, we could probably flip it. Flip, horizontal, look at that. Okay, we'll do like that, and then we'll kind of turn this one over here. Yeah, like that. And then this one, we can just sort of do that. I like that, actually. I don't think we've ever seen this piece here. We'll do like this. The blur is going to be like that, and then this blur right here. It's a little much there. There we go. Hey, that's cool. That's Blood Splatter 2, right? Now we can just stack the two, and then we'll animate them in and out, depending on how close you are to an enemy and when you hurt them. Now the problem is, We also need a yellow one. That's, yeah. Stresses me out. So let's bring the saturation down to 0. Save that because we're going to want to be able to change the color. All right. Same with this one. Bring the saturation down like that. Save it. Let's see what happens when you change it to red, though, in the canvas. Okay, so it's boring, right? But we'll go to our canvas here. And we have blood splatter 1. What happens when I make you red? Okay, so what we need to do, crank up the brightness and the contrast. So 141 and 36. Let's just take a look at this one, just to make sure it looks good. Yep, good, okay. This one, same thing. 141. 36. Save that. And now we can make them yellow or red. Okay, so I'm going to call this blood red spatter 1. Blood red spatter 2. Drag in blood splatter 2. Make sure we're setting it to UI, right? And the cool thing is I can actually just flip these so that the yellow doesn't stack perfectly on top. Okay. I'll flip them like horizontally and vertically. Remove the mat, yes. And then this one's blood splatter 2. We'll just drag that in. Uh-oh. I don't know why. But it's not looking the same. Maybe it didn't save. Yeah, it didn't save. Occlusion culling isn't for UI, it's for rendering. Yes, I agree. Also, the blood splatter I feel like should be on top of the zoom. There's the scope overlay. All right, so the blood splatter I feel like it should be all the way up at the top. Let's try it. So it's in front, it's, no. I need it behind the scope overlay. Yeah. Good, there we go. All right, awesome. That's good. So we have these two here. So this is like intense blood, right? All over your screen, pretty cool. But there's also the question of, okay, how do we make it look like yellow guts, right? So we could do yellow guts like this. Look at that. That's for spiders. We could flip the X and the Y, right? That's the theory. Good. Okay. So lots and lots of guts. Don't worry. We're not going to have too much going on, though, okay? We could probably drop down the opacity to be like this. And then, again, make this red. Maybe increase it just a tad. 153. Okay. And then, again, yellow. And that'll be 153. Maybe not as much for the spider guts. Let's think here. I think it's okay to have animators on each one. I think that's what we're going to do. Okay. Hey, you know what we could do, by the way, is for the bloods, this one here, we could scale it up a little bit. So we could do like, we could do negative 1.5. Negative 1.5. Yeah, so it's not as aggressive for that one. Yeah, negative 1.5 and then negative 1.5. Yeah, so I kind of like the yellow not being so intense. That looks good. We're slaying hot dogs over here. Exactly, yeah. Thomas, is the full-time game dev course supposed to include 3D Art Pro and Stream My Game course as well? 3D Art Pro is a premium program that is not currently included in this package. I am considering adding it, but not currently. But the easy 3D course isn't included, which is how you make a 3D game really quickly. Okay. Okay, so This is going to make sure you name things properly, guys. Don't be lazy. Blood, yellow, splatter, 1. Being organized is going to be your best friend. I promise. Maybe not today. Like I know what's going on today, right? But if 4 months down the road, I'm like, I got to fix this blood splatter. And then I can't find what the names are because I'm confused by the naming conventions. You get fussy and then you want to quit your game, right? I don't want to be fussy. Do you want me to be fussy? No, you don't want that. So let's keep going. Okay, so I'm going to add an animator here. We're going to go to Animation, UI, and we're just going to call this Blood Splatter Fade Out. Son of a bee. That sucks. Okay, problem is we need all different kinds, okay? Sorry, guys. We're going to save as Blood Splatter Yellow 2. And I need to just shift the saturation inside of Photoshop. Guys, the reason why is because when you animate color, it's going to animate it to red. You can't just animate just the alpha, unfortunately, unless I'm mistaken here. But I'm going to flip the canvas horizontally and vertically. And then I'm going to scale it up, right? Scale this bad boy up. Look at that. There we go. All right, so we've got that yellow blood splatter. Save that. This guy here, we're going to just duplicate this hue saturation shift over to blood splatter 1. And then we're going to flip the canvas again, horizontally and vertically, just to get some variation, right? And scale up one of them to be that. And then this guy down there. And then you right here, okay? Make sure you save it properly. Blood splatter yellow 1. Okay, so now what that means, guys, we don't have to worry about color. All we got to worry about is alpha. All right. So if I make this just white with full alpha, there, that's what it looks like. Make sure our yellow is set up for UI. Alpha's transparency, yes. Remove the matte, yes. Hit apply. And now we'll just drag in that yellow. And then the yellow here, okay? What's going on? There we go. Just got to set them to 1. There we go, guys. Save it. We have this animation now. So now we can actually animate it from, I would say a value of 100, 25, down to, and it'll take like 2 seconds to just fade out really quickly. It's just an effect. Why? Do you exist? Where are you? Yeah, so you should fade out. What are you doing, you MFer? Huh? I'm confused. Let's copy this over to all of these. Oh no. Okay. It's about the name. So this is, I'm going to break a big rule that I just said. Blood spatter. It needs the same name, unfortunately. We're just going to have to memorize which one is which. Sadly. I know. Not the best. Breaking my own rule here. Actually, wrong. I believe that is wrong. We should be good, actually. Yeah, we're good. We're good. But for some reason, it's not fading out, and I couldn't tell you why. That's a weird thing. Let's hit play, I guess, and see what happens. There it goes. Okay, so it's looping. That's fine. We knew that. So let's go to our blood splatter here. Where is it? Sorry, I'm losing my train of thought here. There it is. Turn off the loop. And then now what we need to do, the first thing we need to do is simply have a reference to these, okay? So we're going to go to our first-person controller. And I believe, oddly, the UI is handled in the player statistics folder or a class. And I don't really like that, but that's the way it is right now. So that's what we're going to do. So we have these animators. I'm going to just call these I'm going to have each one. Okay, I know that's weird. So we're going to call this blood splatter 1. We're going to make sure these are named properly, though. So this is going to be red 2, yellow 1. Guys, the reason we're doing it this way is so that we can test to see if the first one's already splattered so that we can splatter the second one. Okay. Oh, man. Yellow 2. So now we have all those animators. Then what we want to do is we want to trigger. Okay? Doing a heartbeat sound if your HP is low sounds good for a horror game. That's great. Thomas, what is the target audience for your course? Everybody, because there's so much in it. There's stuff for beginners, but there's also stuff for people who want to start a profitable game studio. There's marketing advice, business advice. There's coding. There's flipping assets. There's art. There's so much. It's really going to benefit anybody, I promise. And if I break my promise, 30-day money-back guarantee, so no big deal. I won't even ask a question. You just email me and I'll pay you back. So we've got these great blood splatter effects. Now we need to reference them, okay? So let's go to our controller. Just drag them in. Remember, we have these. Drag them in. 1. Whoops. Whoops. What are you doing? Blood splatter 2. Blood splatter 1. Hey, where are you? There we are. And then yellow. Okay. Good. Let's add a trigger. So we're going to create an empty state up here. It's going to be called blank. That's its default state. And then we're going to make a transition that's immediate. Well, very fast. 0.01. Okay. It's going to have a condition, which is the trigger, which is going to be called splatter. There we go. Okay. So once that splatter fires, it'll immediately jump to this and then jump right back to blank with an exit time of 1. And sure, let's have a transition. It doesn't matter. Now, the next thing we need to test, and by the way, we're going to set this to 0. All these to 0. Now we need to test. This is where it gets a little painful, so bear with me. We're going to go to enemy default. And I don't think I've shown you this, guys, but we have tags that tell us what color the enemy's blood is. So in this case, we have enemy green, enemy yellow. I don't think we're using green or white. I think it's just yellow. If we go to the spider, he's set to enemy yellow. So what we need to do is check, right? So I would say let's just create a debug right now, just to make sure we're finding if we're close enough. Okay. So if distance is greater than the attack radius, minus 0.5, we're going to debug.log. Wait. Yeah. Okay, so let's debug.log. Debug.log, I'm near the player. Okay. And we'll create a variable called within blood splatter screen distance, and we'll just set it to true. If it's true, and then we hit a player, blood appears. Okay. A lot of you might be thinking, well, Thomas, why don't you just make the particle effects have a trigger on it, and if it touches the player? I feel like that's a little ridiculous because you're having this trigger happening for no reason when we've already got the data, right? Okay, so let's just do it with the spider. So all we have is this spider here. Okay. And what was it? I'm near the player. That's what we're looking for. Why are you squashy? How about this? You're a little too, I'm a little too close to that guy. So let's put ourselves in the hallway here first. That way, okay, let's clear our freaking, oh my goodness, I'm near the player. Am I? I don't think you are, though. We need to go to the attack area. If you're within a, if you're within the attack zone, that's really what we're looking for. There it is. If distance is smaller than or equal to the attack radius. So if we're, So I would say right here, we need to do a comment and say, is the player close enough to get blood splatter, Thomas, on the screen? Okay, debug.log, I'm near the player. If distance is small, all this stuff here, I know this is kind of redundant, but whatever. Not too worried about it. Yay, bunch of if-then statements. If the distance is smaller than the attack radius, I would say that's fine for now. I know this is redundant. Just give me a sec. I'm probably going to make it bigger, though. Why? Ah, yes. Let's just test that first. So basically, if he's attacking me, I'm near enough for the blood splatter, right? It doesn't necessarily mean I'm getting hurt. Clear this stupid console window and take a look. I'm near the player. Good. Okay, good. So he's near the player. I would say the attack radius times 1.1. Just scale it up just a little bit so I don't necessarily have to be getting hurt or at risk of getting hurt. Then we're going to create a variable, and it's going to be called can add blood splatter to camera equals true. Else, it equals false. This is going to be a private, no. It's going to be it'll be a public variable, but it's going to be hidden in the inspector. So I think it's an attacking, no, it's an effects thing. So public boolean can add blood splatter to camera is by default false. Then when we go to our weapon, shoot the ray. I would just say, yeah, it's the damage. When an object is damaged, take damage. There it is. Yeah, right there. Hit judgment about take damage. Yeah, I think it's just going to be in here. It's in this take damage. So if something takes damage, Oh, this is great. Okay. If enemy default dot can add blood splatter to the camera, hey, we need to create a little bit more complexity here. Then we say, let's just start with the first one. Let's just do a very simple one, okay? Game manager dot player controller dot player statistics. Where's statistics? Shoot. It needs to be maybe right here. Hey, there we go. Okay. Blood splatter red one animator dot set trigger to what's it called? Splatter. And that'll do it. Okay, that's very basic. Let's just put a debug.log here, which is just going to say trying to add blood splatter. Okay. Now we'll do a bunch of other checks to see if they're yellow, which ones are playing, when they last played. But overall, I think this is good. So we got a lot going on in the console, which is great. This will give us information. There we go. Works. Love it. Hey, it works. All right. Now let's make a little condition here. If my tag equals enemy, then just do the red one. But if my tag is enemy yellow, then we'll do the yellow. Okay. Enemy yellow. Is it space? Is there a space? Let's take a look. Angry Dog says, you may not see this, but it is terrible what you do. Well, screw you. I'm just kidding. He said, she said, you may not see this, but it is incredible what you do. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Let's take a look and see the Splatter. Enemy space yellow. Okay. So that should be good. If it's space.yellow or enemy space.yellow, then we're going to do blood splatter yellow animator. Okay. We'll put some more conditions in there, but for now that should do. So this should make the blood yellow. Yeah, I'm telling you guys, it's the little things. That feels great. It goes away a little too fast, doesn't it? Good news is we're using a global animator. So if we change the animator once, it's going to work for all of them. Let's go ahead and do that. I got to say, I'm getting pretty good at this. I'm not going to lie. I feel like I'm pretty fast. Do you guys think I'm fast, or is this, am I like fooling myself? Let's go to 5 seconds and maybe fade out 10 seconds, right? And I also think we need to start at a higher number, 0.7. And then this one is 0.7. Okay, let's go. Beautifully done, Thomas. I freaking love this game. I'm having too much fun. Okay, what's next? Oh, let's take a look. We need to see if the animator is playing, or if the current animator, animation name, how to determine that. Blood splatter fade out. So we need to check the name, I guess, of the animation. So it is playing. I mean, maybe. Let's try it out. We're gonna just do the condition here first. If, and this is why we did 2, guys. I know we could do a for loop, but it's just 2, all right? So if blood splatter yellow animator dot is playing, Or maybe, is it get trigger? No, that won't work. I think what we should do is animation. There it is. It's hard finding the animation names, honestly. We're almost there. I'm trying to find. I do it in another script. I check the name of an animation. We could type attack. There it is. Yeah. Animator.getCurrent, blah, blah, blah. There it is. So, the theory is, right here. Yep, right here. Get current animation, blah, blah, blah. If the clip name does not equal, what's it called? Let Splatter fade out. If it doesn't, then, if it doesn't, then we'll do yellow 1. If it does, we'll do yellow 2. And honestly, it shouldn't even do it. I know this is gross. Anybody else have a better? The code looks like beginner code. Well, if you guys have been following me, you know that I code like a beginner. Welcome to game dev, right? Welcome to making games in the modern era. You get away with a lot of crap. Yellow 2 animator does not equal that. Then do this. Unless you have a better solution, guys, seriously. All right. So we'll do two. Well, truth be told, I should be able to get both of them from one enemy. So here's one. That didn't do it. Okay, so it's not working. We're getting a weird error here. Better solution equals state machine. Yeah. Get current animation 00. Let's get the current name, actually. Let's see what happens. Looks like I'm getting a debug or a null reference exception. I'm not sure why. Yeah, if anybody has a better solution, I'd love to know it. Like just checking to see if like the animation's playing or something like that. But let's index out of range. It's this right here. I just don't know what it means. The layer index. Maybe this. Clip.name. I don't know, guys. We'll try one more time. I don't know how to find. I don't understand why I can't find the name. Out of range still. I wouldn't suggest instantiating blood. It's not a good idea to instantiate things because it causes a blip in the frame rate. I'll destroy things. I know I shouldn't destroy them, but sometimes I'll destroy things, but I rarely instantiate stuff. Okay. I'll copy that. Thank you, Ayub. Okay, let's take a look. So get current state info is name. Okay, I didn't know that existed. Okay. So is it, let's see here. Yeah. Okay, we'll try that. Thank you. So if that blood splatter yellow 1 animator, if the name is name blood splatter fade out, then do this. Right? Good. And I believe we could do the same here for yellow 2. Okay. The good news about bad code that's not in the update is that it happens once and then it's over. That's that's at least the way I'm justifying bad code right now. Didn't work. We still got an issue. We'll try one more time. Huh. Oh, yeah. False. That's good. Good. Okay, so there was a delay. I hate the delay. The freaking delay, dude. No exit time. There it is. That's the solution. Transition duration is 0.01. That's fine. Okay, guys, this should do it. Thank you so much to Ayub. Can we give Ayub a round of applause? Awesome. Look at that. It just, man, makes a big difference, doesn't it? Hey, works for me. Let's use the same logic up here. And all we gotta do is blood splatter. Is it called red? I believe it is. Yeah. Red. And that should do it, guys. When working on with such a small team, the necessity to write elegant code kind of goes out the window. Yeah, I mean, one solution here, and it's not necessarily true because you should always try. I'm gonna put make a little pretty function. How's that? Splatter screen. We'll create a little function. It'll be private. Void splatter screen. That way it looks pretty, right? And we got a nice little ugly function down here. It doesn't fix anything in terms of performance or anything like that, but you know, it gets the job done. Let's hit play. Take a look. Should still work. Oh, it just changes everything. Thank you, Felipe. Felipe told me to play Left 4 Dead 2, and I noticed that right away. I was like, oh, there's blood on the screen. So that's what I did. I wanted to add that. I think it adds a bit. It just makes things so much better. Now the walkers should put red blood on the screen, right? Hey, why are you following me? Looks great. Look at that. What? I feel like it's fine. Isn't that like the best phrase when making games? It's fine. For some reason, blood doesn't appear on the camera after they're dead. So, whatever. I'll fix my camera. Sorry, guys. There we go. Okay. It would be cool. That would be cool if we had like things like pieces of brain that are just sliding down. Not today. Not today. Too many things to do. So the flying enemy, the flyer. The problem with the flyer, I'll show you guys. We have something to fix today with the flyer. The problem is he has a kickback, but he just gets kicked back too much. I don't even know if there's value in it. You know, the answer is in the weapon controller, I believe. I'm not going to save anything here. If we go to our demo weapon, though, that I just had open and then I closed, there's a kickback that occurs. Where is it? It's called like the floater or something. There's a script called, what's it called? Flyer graphic. Yeah. And there's a value called kickback. Yeah. This kickback value, I don't see the value in it. It just pushes the character away, and I don't think it's worth it. It just makes things weird. Like sometimes you can shoot him and he'll fly through the wall, and it's annoying. So I'm not gonna worry about it. I think it's fine. It's also just more code. That's fine. Okay, we fixed that. Hey. Flying shape color when dying should be yellow. Flying enemies don't always hurt the player. I believe that's an issue with the projectile. If we go to the projectile that it shoots, there needs to be an offset value. Target offset. I think it should come right at your face. So we're going to set it to offset value of 1. That way the projectile... Yeah. Do you think the projectile should move faster, guys? It's a little easy to dodge, isn't it? Let's get an answer. This is a little mini alpha test. Should, and what I mean is an alpha test, you should be like getting information from the audience. Should those shoot faster? I feel like they're a little easy to dodge, you know? A little faster. At 2 or 3 at a time. Let's see what it looks like a little bit faster. So the current speed is set to 15. Let's try 20. A burst. Maybe that's a different enemy type, you know? I think they could go, guys, we could go a little bit faster. If we're making things faster, I think the projectile should have a bigger collision area. Like this. Okay, I know you think I'm crazy, but I feel like it should be 7. Maybe just bigger, you know? And we need to justify that visually, don't we? Make sure your visuals are clear to the player, right? So we're going to make the electricity force much bigger. Even the sphere itself, like that. So now we have, yeah, that's more justified. So it's faster and bigger, right? Let's try it out. So as long as you're moving, you're good. Oh, can pass through the player. I think I know why. It's not because of Unity. It's because out of project. See, this is what happens when you start tweaking stuff. There's a delay. We're delaying the active collider by 0.5 so that it's not hitting itself or hitting other enemies. So I think 0.1 should be fine. Let's try that. There we go. Also, by the way, just side note, guys, I feel like we need to add like a cooler effect to the. I like that. That's cool. It might be a little hard though with 2 of them, so let's take a look. I was gonna say I feel like just from a game feel perspective, we need to have more like a painful look of red on the camera. Yeah, these are tough. So it'll be a little bit like, there'll be more strategy here when there's like pillars. Like if I had a pillar, for example, yeah, like this guy here. We had 2 of those. You might be able to hide behind them like in, well, I'm thinking about the Matrix. So yeah, having pillars might make things more dynamic and fun. Hey, by the way, if anybody wants to send me this, actually, I'll just reach out to the Tunicolors Pro guy. Hey, no, I think I can do it. In the tools, Tunicolor Pro Shader Generator 2, I can actually load up this shader here, create a new shader. Come on. I think we're okay. I can hopefully add in soft particles. Let's see if we can find it. Transparency. Where's transparency? There it is. Soft particles. Because what I want to do is have their when they're clipping into the wall, I want them to fade. I don't know. We'll worry about it later. What was I talking about? Yes. So let's create a like damage look So this will be cool. You guys will like this. So I'm going to create a new Photoshop file. We're going to call this player or red flash. And what we got to do, this is a lot of fun actually. I'm going to take, first off, I'm just going to do this. Just like that. I want a more painful look when we get hurt. So there's that. And then also what you can do is from the corner, do a little flash like this. I would say even darker like this, and then do blur, motion blur at 0 degrees. Convert it to a smart object. And then we're gonna do 45 degrees, or maybe, yeah, no, that's good. And I'm just gonna flip it horizontally. Right up here. Convert that to a smart object, flip it vertically. Good. And I'm actually going to take the one of its children inside the smart object, duplicate it back to our red flash here. I just want there to be a little bit more of a painful signal when you get hurt. You got to communicate to the player that they're suffering. And sometimes suffering in video games doesn't exist unless you tell the player to suffer. And we'll make a smaller one here. And we'll just flip these in just a sec. Transform, flip horizontal. By the way, those of you just joining us, just remember that there are a couple codes left to join full-time game dev. Guys, this does obviously support me and my studio when you join the program. I was telling those of you watching earlier, my studio brings in income from game sales from my previous game. And that's my main, that was always my main way of staying full-time. But selling courses is a way to make more expensive games, honestly. It helps me pay my team. So I always feel weird saying that though, because it's like, well, what's in it for you guys other than supporting me? And the answer is it's a freaking awesome course. It's massive. It's going to take you months to complete. And I know a lot of you are students, and I get great reviews for the program. One of my students actually raised $170,000 on Kickstarter using my method that I teach in the course. So it's a valuable course. It's great, man. So if you want to join the program, be sure to check it out. 50% off, and there's also some free, for this sale event, free bonus courses. 3 additional courses you're going to get, including an art program. That's pretty sweet. What do you guys think? So painful look, right? We're going to convert all of that to a smart object. And then we'll just sort of fade it out. And then we'll do a little bit of black too, right? And I'm going to overlay it on top. Actually, wrong. That's kind of cool. And then we'll do another one and drop it down. Okay, and then a little bit of a hue saturation shift. I think I want to go darker, more saturated, and yeah, there we go. I'm going to save this, and then all we got to do is drag it into our canvas. You want to hear a heartbeat when the player gets hurt? That's cool. I could do that easily too. That's a great idea. VX Ranger, I like that. Let's see if we can do it. You guys want to try it out? Where's my canvas? Ah, yes, here it is. So we have this red flash now. It really should be called hurt flash. Oh, crap. We need to swap out upon getting hurt, we need to swap out the red flash sprite, which is not my favorite thing to do, but that's the way the system is set up currently. Hey, make sure you remove the mat. Hit apply. And now you can collect things and the white flash occurs, right? Which is just a white square, but when you get hurt, there's a red flash, like that. And that will flash. I'm gonna make it a little bit more aggressive, like that. And then also, hey, why not go a little bit slower? Okay, now that we can see it in the context of Unity, we need to fade out that top a little bit more. So I'm going to group all this together and do a mask. And just up here, a little bit more of a fade. And down here too. Looks a little bit more round. A little bit more. Almost. Yeah, we're getting there. Unity's alpha is a little weird. Okay, almost. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Boom. Okay, let's see how that looks for now. Also, by the way, for the white flash, we want to make sure that it's set to white square. So just drag in white square. It should change it out. Of course, it doesn't seem to be. I think I know what we need to do. You have to first change it out with something different and then go back to white flash. There we go, white square. There it is. So that's collecting stuff. A little bright, isn't it? So let's drop it down a little bit. Very subtle. Red flash, boom. Pretty painful looking, huh? All right, let's take a look. Okay, can't really see it. So that means we need to go back to our white flash here, go to red flash, and we need to go pretty aggressive. Okay, it's not transitioning all the way down to 0. I wonder why. Let's go to our animator and take a look. We need an exit time of 1. Interruption source will be next. Let's hit play. Okay. I feel like we could go. I think it should be dark, more bright, or whatever. What am I trying to say? I feel like it should be more. We really need to let the player know, hey, you got hurt. You know, we'll zero out its rotation or its position too, because I was noticing you could see the edge. 0, 0, 0, 0. Try that maybe. Okay, good. Yeah. The only problem here is I'm curious how it's going to interact with coin collection. Let's put a coin bag here. I'll turn it down for you guys. I think it's a little too loud, isn't it? Yeah, it doesn't do it. Also, I'm seeing some issues. Let's solve this first problem. The white flash is good. There's no clipping going on. Is it the rotation? Why are we rotated? What about red flash? The red flash, yeah, I'm like seeing an edge on it. I don't know why. Again, let's try and hit play here. We'll set the value down to 0 again. Hit play. Yeah, like over on this right side of the screen, there's a here we go. I think I'm okay. I think I'm okay with not having a heartbeat sound, guys. I think that's a little much. It was a great idea. I think maybe for a really, really horror game, maybe, but this is more of just a classic shooter. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. I think we're good there. All right, I think we did a great job today. Just remember, guys, those of you who are interested in, well, starting your indie game path and starting an indie game studio, this video is sponsored by my course, Full-Time Game Dev. This does support the production of Father. That's why I pitch this course every stream, because it supports the funding and production of Father, as opposed to using a publisher or working with Kickstarter. But more importantly, this is an investment for your future, because this course is going to take you like 2 months to complete, because it teaches everything I've learned in starting a game studio, making games like you see here. You're also going to get 2D Art Pro. You're going to get Stream My Game, which is all about how to find streamers playing your game. And also my free course, Easy 3D, is included in the package as well. And you're also going to get an exclusive t-shirt, which I just launched. And I'm really excited because I really like this t-shirt. But yeah, I mean, I've got 3,000 students worldwide. Many of you are in the chat. Feel free to say hello if you're in the chat. It always means a lot when you guys show up. But I can honestly say it's a great course, guys, because I get great reviews. You're going to learn 2D and 3D art tutorials. You're going to learn how to secure funding from publishers. You're going to learn how to hit the Steam front page. Learn C#, learn Unity in 2D and 3D. Workbooks, templates, how to do 2D art for landscapes, interior art. If you guys do this whole course, you're going to learn what I know. And I think that's pretty awesome. I think it's a great investment for your future. It is a premium program. There's a private Discord server. But I think it's probably the best course out there for making games. I can honestly say that after 2 years of running this thing. So if you're interested, there's probably a couple codes below. Check it out. See if it's for you. 30-day money-back guarantee. I'm not going to ask any questions. I'll give you a refund like that if you don't like the course. I'll talk to you guys later. This was so fun. Thanks for showing up. Cheers. Get over here. Get down. Hey, thanks for watching. By the way, if you haven't downloaded that free 2D game kit below, click below. It's my treat to you. I used this game kit to make a game for PewDiePie in 14 days, and I actually got to play it with him in front of his audience, which was really cool. This game kit is totally free. It's my treat to you, and you can use it however you want. You can make a commercial game and make $1 million off this game kit. I don't care. Or you could just use it for a hobby project. It's my treat to you. And by the way, if you haven't clicked like, that would mean a ton to me. Hit subscribe. And also, this is important, hit that notification bell. Here's why. If you get notified of when I'm live, you can watch me make my next game, and let me know in the chat what you think about the game or any ideas you have, and you might just show up. Your chat might just show up in the next video that I upload. All right. I'll talk to you later. Bye.